Don't mind these wheels at all. The colour's different and it's nice. I reckon it looks pretty tough. As tough as these gains on this completely stock 4J3 Dmax. You.
Hey everyone, how you going? I thought I'd do an update video. It's been a little bit of a while since I've been on YouTube, busy with other things, other life things. But it's a very nice Sunday early morning, so we're on our way to do some things at Bunnings and then out for a bit of a birthday lunch with a family member. So I just thought I'd do a quick video. Earlier this week and in obviously earlier videos, been talking about getting a tune done on the Dmax, and finally got that sorted out earlier this week. So I've been driving it around for a few days now, so I thought I'd give you guys a bit of feedback, and safe to say thank you. It's transformed the car. It's a lot different to drive now for the better, and in pretty much all aspects of all the key areas where the car was letting me down personally, with some areas of its performance and characteristics. So yeah, that's been a good feature so far, so much so that even Acacia that's filming now, she's even said that it's a noticeable difference as well when she just drives it as well. So if she said that, it must be a good thing. So she's having a little giggle right now behind the camera. Trying to find a birthday present. Hopefully Nan will be happy with a nice little pot plant. Got to get the morning coffee in. Long Mac topped up. How do you have yours? Let me know. So probably where to start. So I got the standard ECU. That's obviously the factory Isuzu ECU. I've just had that custom tuned basically. So it went on a hub dyno for its tune, and a flash file tuned into that, and then obviously just dialed in for the custom tune. So that's what happened with that. It basically made 51 horsepower gain at the hubs over stock, and picked up 151 newton meters of torque at the hub as well. Hub dyno to a chassis dyno, the numbers are a little bit different. The main difference you need to look when you're comparing a chassis dyno to a hub dyno is just make sure that the jump in numbers is equal or the same across the two spread of either a chassis dyno or a hub dyno. So standard this at the hubs was 178 horsepower, and then tuned now I'm at 232. And in terms of newton meters, the standard newton meters on the hub dyno for this was 427 newton meters, and now tuned it's 580. So if you wanted to get a comparative analysis on numbers versus the two dyno graphs, you'd be looking at this. You'd lose about, on a hub dyno, you gained about 30 horsepower over a chassis dyno, and around about 50 newton meters of torque on a hub dyno versus a chassis dyno. So in terms of chassis dyno numbers, you're looking at about 200 at the wheels in horsepower, and translated into newton meters, you're looking at about 530 newton meters. So really good gains, and just driving it over the last couple of days, it looks like I'm averaging about 2 litres per 100 better in terms of fuel. So I'm expecting that for a tank I'll get at least 120, maybe 150 k's extra out of a tank of juice, which is excellent. Some other things that I've already noticed, the throttle response is a lot lighter on the throttle, so you don't have to bury your foot into the throttle as much as what you would standard. Obviously I'm running the 34-inch tyres on this, so that does suck a bit of power out of it, but now with the tune it's back to where, well, it's way better than even the stock driving characteristic, because also in the tune it's altered the shift points and the transmission points and some of the characteristics to do with the transmission as well. So it doesn't hold gears up the hills. It knows when to change appropriately when you're low speed, low throttle, so it'll just bang through the gears first, second, third, fourth. So at 60 k's an hour, you're dropping your revs as well, so it's not sitting there revving unnecessarily. And then at freeway speeds as well, when you're doing 100 k's an hour, it doesn't have the tendency to drop back in the gear with the converter as much anymore as well, so it not likes to hold the gear a lot longer, which is so much better as well. So from that perspective, just a huge difference in the transmission as well. And then of course, if you want to set up at the lights and give it a bit of jandle off at the dig, it gets up and goes. Quick little pull here. We're on a main street, so turns the tyres really easy, and yeah, even at 100 k's an hour, it's got a lot more guts to it as well when you need to get punchy there as well for an overtake. So just all round, it's improved the car significantly from where it was. Used to get very frustrated with it, but now it's just a lot more drivable. It keeps up with general traffic a lot easier as well. Yeah, so all round, very much worth it. It costs about $1,300 for the custom tune file, and a lot of people are going to be like, oh, like, is this going to affect your warranty? Yes, of course it's going to affect the warranty, but as you'll see what I've done on the car already, a lot of that stuff's going to affect the warranty anyway. So a lot of dealers these days will worm their way out of any sort of warranty if they can. So I'm not really that concerned. Some other people might be, and probably your best route if you're concerned about keeping your factory warranty would then obviously be to do a piggyback ECU or something similar where it's not overriding the factory file, because obviously this, if a dealer plugs in to the OBD and has a look when this goes for a service, they'll see that there's been a tune file that's been written on there. For me personally, there's nothing that's unsafe that's been done into the tune. It's just improving all of the stock parameters which, you know, suit the car specifically, and are going to be no detriment to the longevity of the engine. So for me personally, this is the way that I've gone. It's changed the car enormously. So from my perspective, I would be looking at doing this for certain, especially if you've lifted and put tyres on your car. It definitely transforms the vehicle. So that was all I had for today's video. I thought I'll probably just do a couple of films of a few pulls and stuff like that, and probably a couple of videos of just where the transmission drops into a lower gear and holds lower RPM as well, so you can see that. So apart from that, we'll see you on the next video. Thanks a lot, guys. I've got to concentrate because I'm driving. See ya. Let's do it. Are you filming?
Yeah.
I did forget, and it's going to be weird because you'll see me with a coffee in my hand, and I'll edit the video so it'll look weird. I did forget to mention that this tune that's in here is emissions compliant. So factory exhaust's still in, DPF's in. So the results are actually really, really impressive. Yeah, and getting that much power out of it and how much of a difference this has made. An exhaust may or may not come down the track now. We'll see how this responds with the DPF and stuff with this tune in it now, but just thought I'd give everyone a bit of more information because I've neglected to mention that fact earlier on. But that's it. Get out of here.